y'all, coming to you from international headquarters, ScottieDTV, but I was at the 2021 Cruisin The Coast Event, and I came across a very cool 1957 Chevy I think y'all are going to like. Let me get the camera turned around and take a quick look at it.
Jerry, I got to the point where I won't shoot a Tri-5 unless it's really different, and brother, that one is really different.
Well, I appreciate that.
Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, it's been a dream car of mine since I was, a kid. I wanted a car that looked like it shouldn't be on the street, but have air conditioning, power windows, stereo, and all that. So, 4-year build, and finally got it together.
Was it a 57 that you had in mind?
57. Well, I'm a big fan of 55, 56, 57, but yeah, I decided 57 was what I wanted.
What was it? Where's the love of those come from?
Man, just my dad and being a kid, I just always loved hot rods, and I think the 57 is probably the most iconic car there is.
It is.
So that was it. That was the deciding factor.
So you got one and you totally changed it, turned it into a pro street car.
Cut the whole car. I'm talking about.
You loved it so much. The only thing that's left on is the emblem.
The only thing left on is the emblem. They've had the top cut off the car, the sides cut off. I mean, that's about the most butchered car on the street. That if I showed you pictures of what they did to that car, but the end result turned out pretty nice.
Oh, it's beautiful. What changes did they make? They widened it and anything like
No,
that?
they didn't do anything to the body. It was just the original car was kind of a rust bucket. So, we had to cut the quarters off, buy new doors. The front 2 fenders are factory, so we got to use those. But really, the only thing factory on the car is the roof. And they cut that off because they had to paint the cage inside.
Oh, okay.
So they cut the roof off and they welded it back on. Long process.
Yeah, right.
Long process.
And with 2 chassis?
2 chassis, 25.3, 6.0 certified, strut front end, Fab 9 rear end. It's got a 427 Don Hardy LS engine, dart block, dart head with a 2650 Magnuson Supercharger, makes about 1,100 horsepower. Rosler 400 transmission. It's got a gear vendors, carbon fiber motor plates, carbon fiber drive shaft. There's so much wheel tubs.
Yeah.
There's a lot of carbon fiber in the car. RC component wheels.
How big are those rear wheels?
33, 2250 on a 15 by 16 wheel, and a double bead lock. And then the fronts are the 17 inch with a 28 inch tire. So.
What are you just going to cruise it? Or are you going to think you're going to make some?
No, I think I got a little too much money in it to hit the wall at the track. I'm not that good of a driver anyway, so no, it's just a cruiser, man. I wanted it where I could throw my kids or my wife in it, and we could, turn the AC on and turn a few heads and go out to dinner or whatever, make these cruises. And
well, you just finished it, and this is actually the shakedown, right?
Yeah.
How's it been doing?
Man, it's doing okay. It's running a little rich. But the temperature stays about 185 in traffic with AC on.
That's crazy.
So it's crazy.
You said you were like almost 2 hours in traffic.
Yeah,
the other day.
2 hours in traffic.
You were cool. The car was cool. Everything was cool.
That was it. So it was almost like driving a Suburban.
Right.
But so that was a big deal for me. I hate having a car that runs hot and having to pull over and all that mess, which you probably know.
Oh yeah, no. Everybody wants a hot rod, but they want it to act like a modern car.
Yeah.
You want it to start every time. You want the air conditioner to work, the radio to work, the doors to close, the windows to go up and down. You want it,
the whole deal.
Yeah, you want the whole deal, but you want 1,100 horse. Everybody to look at it and put on the ground, right?
Well, the technology today, which 10 years ago you couldn't do that.
That's right.
So but yeah, now the technology, man, you could get 1,000 horsepower and drive it to New York if you wanted to. So.
And everybody asks, I know it's red and white, but what are the reds and white?
So the white's just a base Chevrolet white. The red is a Viper red that's over a white base coat. Instead of using a gray primer, they used a white, and they say it makes it pop a little bit more. So
sure does pop.
Yeah, it pops. It really does in the sun.
And I dig that plaid insert in the interior.
Yeah, I like that. That's the second set of seats. I bought some race seats for it to begin with, and my butt was a little bit too big. They wouldn't fit in there, so we had to change the seats. But yeah, I like the seats. We went with factory 57 panels on the door panels. It's got a Dakota digital gauges, but it also has a big 13-inch Holly screen that monitors everything.
Right.
But the car, we started out with Rick Stevens race cars, and Santa Fe, Texas did the chassis, and them guys just unbelievable. The work they do, and the 2-year waiting list just to get in there, you know. So they did the chassis on the car, and then I took it to a guy named Ray DeLumo in Lafayette, Louisiana. Super nice guy, became very good friends with him, and he put the car together, painted it, all the trim, all the glass, all the power window, you know, just all that stuff he did. Then after that, took it to 2 buddies of mine that I've known for quite a long time, Nick Schaff and Steven Garcia. They did all the engine work, getting it all plumbed, getting it wired. These guys have a talent that I can't even explain to you. Which you can see how sanitary. You don't see no wires.
Dude,
you don't.
Yeah, it's clean. Yeah, it's clean as can be.
So, but there's no way I could do that. So luckily, man, I have some very great guys and very great friends that are very talented that I could go to for stuff like this, and they're the best. I mean, this car was built in garages, like no big shops. You know, I'm talking about just in
backyard
build. You know, and I'll put it up to just about any car. You know?
No, John brought me to it, and I saw it. I was like, oh yeah, that's really nice.
So
anybody else you got to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you who's the most important. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because this car was a 4-year build. Whatever you think it cost to build, you probably double
3 times that.
You know, 2 or 3, 4 times over the last 4 years, I just wanted to give up, man, because you're throwing 10, 15 grand a month at something you can't even go look at. And you know, and I was like, man, I'm just gonna sell it. You know, my wife, Ashley Richardson. So, you know, she's like, no, if you don't finish it, you'll never be happy, and you finish it. Whatever it takes, just finish it, and let's get it done. You know, so. My best friend Chris Gilbert, same way, man. He was he's my biggest hype man, besides John.
Well, and it takes that. I mean, you know, because you question your decision to start the whole project at some point, right?
But anyway, you question it a lot, and it gets to be a depressing deal. Because you're not talking about a couple thousand. You're talking about many thousands.
And we're talking about way over budget. You were already concerned about budget, and now it's way over, and it's still not done.
Yeah, it met my budget when it came out the chassis shop. But no, man, my wife and my best friend Chris, you know, big time supporters of me and the car. So if it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be sitting here. I promise you that. So
how many years you been coming to Cruisin?
Man, since 2000.
Really?
Since 2000.
I try to tell people about what Cruisin is. Tell them if you can.
If there's any kind of car you like, you'll come here and you'll see it.
That's right.
I mean, you'll see $200 cars and you'll see $1 million car right next to each other at the same red light.
Brand new to 100 years old.
100. I mean, Model T's coming through here. You know. Original tires, looks like, you know. So yeah, if you guys ever get a chance to come down here, everybody's super nice.
Good food.
Good people. You see some of the craziest cars you've ever seen. It's a good time. So you know, this is my vacation every year. I get one vacation pretty much, and so we come here.
I couldn't think of a better place to spend it.
I couldn't either.
Jerry, thanks so much for giving me some time.
I appreciate it. Hey, it's good to meet you, man.
Yeah, you too, brother.
I enjoyed talking to you over the last few days.
I am glad you finished this car.
I am too, buddy.
I'm a fan of the wife too.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: my buddy Chris Gilbert, the guy that I just told you about, my best friend. Next year, you're gonna want to shoot his Corvette. So we got a C1 Vet that's that condition or that that you know that level.
You know how to get in touch with me?
Oh yeah.
Let me know.
So you'll see it and you'll be wanting to shoot it.
Awesome. Thanks again, brother.
Hey, thank you, buddy.
So there you go from the 2021 Cruisin The Coast event. A very cool 1957 Chevy Pro Street. Hope you all have enjoyed it. See ya!
Hey y'all, make sure you subscribe to this channel and visit ScottieDTV.com for an easy way to search the hundreds of videos I have posted. Either click the link in the description or the one at the end of this video.